Okay. Hey, y'all. This is really weird. Huh? What's up? Okay, so I'm gonna wait and see. How y'all doing? Happy Monday. How is everybody? Let me get my drink. Hold on. I got me a real drink. What's going on, everybody? I got my notes somewhere around here. Let me think where I put them. What's going on, y'all? Hey, Back Butterfly. Hey. Y'all let me know if you can hear me real quick. And let me get my notes real fast. Fold it in half. Here it is. All right. Okay, just making sure. Can you guys hear me? Wanted to check to make sure you can before I start. So, okay, thank you, Aquarius lady. And you guys here on YouTube, if you guys can let me know. I don't know. Facebook is tripping hard, but I ain't even gonna worry about it. So, all right. Well, y'all should know by now, if you do not already know, the Department of Education, the Biden Loan Forgiveness Portal is open. So if you have not applied for your loan forgiveness, you need to do so. I would say the sooner the better. Okay, if you could do it ASAP, that would be great. If you have applied for any other additional student loan program, you still can do the Biden forgiveness. A lot of people are under the impression that they did one, they are not able to do this. You can do it. The only individuals that are not covered right now are the FFELP loan recipients. Okay. Good for you, Shay of all trades. Hey, DeMarcus. I miss talking to you and seeing you on here. So if you have not already done so, please go and do it. Some of y'all already got an email telling you to go and do it, but if not, you could just go to the website and take care of it. All right. The money should not start dropping on your accounts until now y'all know they changed, but according to the government, they state that you're going to see your 10 and your 20,000 hit your accounts sometime in December. So maybe you won't see it until the beginning of the year. But I don't believe that. I actually think you guys are going to see it earlier than that. How you doing, Keisha? I do think you guys are going to see those payments on there earlier, okay? So I spoke at an event this weekend, and I'm going to tell you guys the same thing I told these guys. It is great that you guys are going to get why should we delete TikTok, Thomas? So it is great that you guys are getting this money put towards your loans. But here is something you guys need to be prepared for. You need to be prepared for the fact that it may affect your credit. If the $10,000 or the $20,000 pays off a loan and that loan amount is now wiped out, that amount will that line or that trade line that's on your credit will remove itself because it's paid off. It will either delete or turn to zeros. I have seen when a person's account hits zero, the Department of Education actually deletes it. So if you see a change in your score, and a lot of y'all do not know how to read your credit reports, you will just notice that your score went down. If you notice that you did this and your score changes and there's not a real reason, some of y'all don't even know how to check it because sometimes they don't tell you why. But if you see it says that the trade line was removed, that is why. And if it does remove, a lot of your scores will go down some. Just because you paid it off, that's a great thing, but it will affect you. Let me see what y'all saying really quick. And make sure y'all follow me, please. I always forget to mention that. But please make sure that you follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. I am a YouTuber, so I do put the info on YouTube. This is just my live show on Mondays, but I do YouTube as well. Okay, so it said they have already paid off student loans months ago this year, but that's not. There's tons of student loan programs. As Sweet, Sweet K57. There are a lot of individuals whose loans got paid off in June, but those were individuals under the borrower's defense. That is not the same thing as the Biden student loan discharge. It is different. Okay. So there's not much, some people did, some people are lucky enough, some people are not. Some people may see that in November, another round of borrower defense applications will be processed and a lot of your loans will be wiped off. So that doesn't mean not do this Biden loan program. Please do. I see some people are unsure if they should apply. Yes, you should. Okay, Keisha, I'll get to you in just a second. I will answer that. Okay. So yes, that's one, but it's more programs, y'all. I also want to let you guys know if you're a veteran, and I'm going to run down these programs all the time because a lot of y'all be forgetting. Okay, there's still the public service loan forgiveness. That is a program for individuals who work for the government or work for a nonprofit. If that's you, you have until October 31st to do the waiver. The waiver gets you to gets the government to give you time. Count it towards your 10 years of paying these loans back that a lot of y'all have missed. So just because Biden got a program, that doesn't mean not apply for something else. If you also are somebody who's you're on Social Security disability. I know a lot of people who know somebody who's on Social Security disability. Did you ask those people, do they have loans? Because if they do, they shouldn't have to pay for those loans. Social Security, getting the Social Security disability automatically gives you a 100% discharge of all the loans. Okay. So please make sure you ask people that you know, because there are a lot of people that are carrying these around. All right. Let me see y'all questions real quick. Hey, first Keisha, it says, is there a payoff loan program for parent loans? No, and they're not going to probably ever do a payoff program for parent loans because basically you co-sign for someone and it doesn't mean that you did anything bad. I'm going to tell you, you guys are lucky right now because the only thing that they're giving individuals who have parent plus loans, they're giving you guys the option to actually throw this into a bankruptcy if you're unable to pay, and you can now throw parent plus loans into bankruptcy. But if you have a parent plus loan, you can apply for the Biden forgiveness. That is your own loan. If you have consolidated your loans with someone else, if you're married and you consolidated your loans with your spouse, you cannot do it because you have to have your loans separated in order to have the money put on individual loans. So you can't do it if it's together. All right. Let me see what else y'all saying. Hey, Violet. Hey, Shamika. All right. So, and again, y'all can ask me just about whatever. So I have, no problem. I can answer pretty much whatever. Somebody cash me 20. Oh, we ain't cash apping you nothing. It says, if my daughter does not have any loans, but will be in 2020, 23, can I apply? No, this program is going to run out of money. Okay. That is why I strongly encourage you to apply before December. All right. Because the fine print could say until the money runs out. So please don't sit back and wait. And I always got to look out for the people that's incarcerated. If you got family members that's in jail, in prison, they got loans too. If you have not seen the application, it is stupid easy. It's almost, you would almost think you're doing something wrong, how easy it is. Okay. All you need is your name, your birthday, your social. And if you're a female, if you're married, you need to know the name you used when you were in school. It is really easy. So please don't just let you get the dibs. Look out for somebody else to make sure that they don't have some loans too. Okay. Because they got Pell Grant. They got Pell Grant money, I'm sure. So please look out for your kin folks who are also incarcerated. And no, you can't project and do this later on. I will say one more program, and then I'm gonna get to Keisha's question, is the borrower's defense. That's the one I talk about the most because a lot of people, your schools are on that list that were sued for lying, for misrepresentation. And now your degree is basically nothing. You could just rip it up because your school is either shut down, moved, bought by another company, and or they're still operating, but now they have such a bad reputation. If you apply for the borrower's defense program, you can get 100% of your loans wiped off too. The problem with the program is that it takes so long. So you may apply for this program and may have to wait a year to get it. Now, your loans technically are supposed to be in forbearance, but they have to get to your application to put your loans in forbearance so that you don't have any late pays. So if you do this program, it is a 26-page application. It's some of y'all say y'all got it. I'm proud of y'all, and some of y'all don't. But if y'all don't, y'all need help. Y'all know I do the applications for $75. That's $3 a page. Send it to you so that you can go on and send it to Department of Education, so you don't have to worry about that. So if y'all interested in that, y'all definitely hit me up. Okay, so let me get to I do got a list of stuff, but I'll get to it shortly. So Keisha said, how do you add a trade line? So y'all excuse me, I'm gonna put my hair down. So trade lines are already added on your credit, guys. If you have a car loan and it's reported on your credit, that is a trade line. If you have a credit card and it's reporting, that is a trade line also. So some trade lines are already on your credit now, but if you choose to want to add them, as you say, you can add them by applying for credit. Now, the problem with applying for credit is your ass will get denied if your credit is bad, okay? So what I suggest, if you are trying to add a trade line, you need to get the ones that are guaranteed. Meaning you need self-lender, you need kickoff, you need grain, you need man, they got so many of them now. You need the ones that you know will give you the trade line by adding it to your account if you pay. I call those pay-to-play creditors. There are a ton of pay-to-play creditors out there. You can get a secured card. Okay, you can go on Credit Karma if you choose. Sometimes Credit Karma lets you know if you're eligible for a card, but see, they just got sued for lying to people. So I don't know if you would want to do it because you may end up with an inquiry and no trade line. Okay, so that's how you can add one. If you go out and buy a car, as soon as it hits your credit, boom, that is a trade line. Those student loans that are on your credit right now, those are trade lines. Everything on your credit is considered to be a trade line. People have tried to market the word trade line so that they can get your money to make you think they're doing something that you haven't seen before, but you see them all the time. Okay, that is what a trade line is. All right. So if you want a list of, I do have a list of pre-qualification cards. So if you want to like just apply to see what you could get, send me an email and I will send them to you. Y'all know I keep everything, okay? And I'll send them to you, and then you can always go and try. If I'm looking for a credit card, that's what I do. I am not in the business of applying just to have inquiries, because if I'm not gonna get approved for it, I'm not gonna waste my time. And I would like you guys to think the same way. Your credit will thank you, okay? So I hope I answered your question, Keisha. All right, let me move on. L. Fletcher says, where's your office? I'm in Sebring, Florida, working right now. I wanted to stop by before I leave for consultation. Oh, L. Fletcher, that's so sweet. So I do have an office in Melbourne, Florida. I'm not sure how close or how far Sebring is, but just in case you guys are interested, I do on the phone consultations. I do video consultations too. A lot of y'all just call and we talk about everything. We get on the phone and might start talk about your taxes. Next thing you know, you filing for divorce, bankruptcy, you moving out. We come up with a whole plan. All right. Sometimes people need somebody to just help them sort some things out. It is hard to think about things these days with all the stuff that is going on. It is good to have someone that you can use as a sounding board to listen to your thoughts, to help you organize them and put you on a plan, okay? Because that's the problem with folks. Y'all don't have a plan. You just walk around the world aimlessly and you don't know where the hell you're going. All right? And I'm going to give y'all an example of somebody. Somebody came to me. She told me 3 times, girl, I am not filing for no bankruptcy. And I told her, girl, this credit is so bad that you're not going to pay them. So if you know you're not going to pay these creditors, why not? Why not give yourself the opportunity to have a fresh start, to start over? She did not want to do it. She didn't want to hear nothing I had to say. Well, guess what I got in the evening? I got a message yesterday of her credit score right now at a 760. She has been out of bankruptcy now for a year. She listened finally, and she told me she was just looking at her credit and wanted to say thank you because she knows in another year from now, she will be able to purchase her home and nothing is in her way. And she got a 760, not a 760 Credit Karma, a 760 FICO score, which is the best. If once you have a 760, you have A1 credit in the bank's eyes. You can have an 850 or an 801 or 760, and they all get treated the same. All right. So holler at a sister should you need. All right. So let me see what y'all saying. All right, hold on. Give me a second, y'all. Give me a second. Okay. It says, what if your loan is in default? If your loan is in default, you can still apply, but it may or may not get approved. And the reason why is because if your loan is in default, it may have been charged off and now sitting with a collection agency. We're not sure. I'm never going to tell you not to apply, because you might happen to be the one person, the one out of the millions that slipped through the cracks and still get the money. So please go apply, in default or not. But I will tell you, and this is for everybody, if your loans are in default, you need to get them out of default, because tax time is coming upon us, y'all, very quickly. And if your loans are in default at tax time, they are going to look to take your tax return, to take your refund to pay for those defaulted loans. Okay, why? Because it's a federal government debt, and the IRS is paying you, and they're the federal government. So they're just going to take from Peter to pay Paul, and you pay them, and you're going to get what's left over. All right, so please get them out of default. Please get them out of default. All right. L. Fletcher, leave a number, please. I sure will. I'll drop my number down for anybody. And if y'all on my YouTube, y'all be calling me. I want to say thank y'all too. Y'all know y'all be calling me with these stories and stuff. So thank y'all for reaching out to me too, especially about these CPNs, because y'all know y'all be wanting to know about them. Okay, thank you too, sweet TK. I appreciate it, keeping y'all informed. It says, my daughter took a loan out this fall. Can she apply? Absolutely. But she can only apply if she she can apply. Let me take that back. She can apply whether she got a Pell Grant or not. The dates are, let me see, did they give specific dates of when you had to attend school? I'm going to tell you to have your daughter apply anyway. No, they didn't give specific dates. I know that it's probably not going to be for any of the, if you're taking out loans probably at this moment, it's probably not going to cover that. It does cover old debts, but I would never tell her not to. It's like a 2-minute application. Why not? Okay, can you link the website? What website? Is that for the forgiveness? Which one? I know y'all asking me which one, y'all. I'm sorry. The application is so easy. It literally takes less. I'm telling you that it does. I went and I don't even have no loans. If y'all don't know my loans, I use one of the programs and I got my loans 100% wiped out. It was very easy. It did not take a long time. So I'm not just telling y'all something for nothing. I've done it. And the loans actually sat on my credit for probably an additional 2 years after they were wiped off. But then they all came off at one time. And let me tell you, my credit took a hit. And I was not happy about it because you get no warning. So I'm just letting y'all know. So I'm not speaking out of nowhere. I'm giving y'all some facts, okay? It says, so can I apply under the Parent Plus that took a loan out for my son as well as my own? Yeah, I mean, if you got a Parent Plus, so this is probably what's going to happen. If you have a loan and you did a Parent Plus loan, I don't believe that you're going to get double the payment. I just believe they're probably just going to apply it on the one that's your loan by itself, unfortunately. I didn't read anywhere where it said they're going to give a double payment just because you have two. I think it's personally going to be paid per social security number, which is why they ask for the social. So even if you have more than one, you're only going to get one payment to one account. And I'm assuming they're going to choose which. And I'm sure it's more advantageous for them to give you the money on your personal loan than on your Parent Plus loan. And the reason why is because people are more than likely to default on the Parent Plus loan, which is what they want because they can get more interest and more money off of you. So I think it's going to go to you, the one that you own by yourself. Okay. Fashion Institute in Pennsylvania, 2016. Fashion Institute. There are a lot of I saw a lot of art institutes. If y'all want the school list, send me an email because I actually got the pictures with the schools on there. Okay. And I think the website is navientagsettlement.com. I could be wrong. Let me type it up real quick. Let me see. I think it's Navient AG. AG settlement. I could be wrong. Okay, and I think I was. Give me a second. Oh no, I was right. So Navient AG settlement. So somebody type that in for the next person, please. So Navient AG, Apple Grandma AG settlement, all one word.com. And when you go there, all you got to do is look under frequently asked question number 6. Don't ask me how the hell I even remember that. It is, let me tell you. Wait a minute. I believe it's number. That's one of them. Golly. Is it 6? Hold on, y'all. I'm telling you, they don't make this stuff easy. Nope. Look at that. And look what they're doing. Okay, so you could go there, but you know what? From what I just seen myself, it looks like they're trying to lead you back to that Biden thing. They think they're so slick. I'm gonna tell y'all, do not let these people make you think that there is not another program out there, and it is called the Borrower's Defense. People are not applying for it. Why? Because it's 100% discharge. So do not be tricked or fooled and think that just this 10 to 20,000 is all the money that you get. Okay. I wish I could be on here talking celebrity drama or all some of this other stuff so I could have hundreds and hundreds of people watching my page. But hey, it is what it is. I be trying to get the word out, and I'm passionate about it because I look at how many of us are just leaving money on the table, and I swear don't nothing make me mad. Okay, now you'll be mad if you left $50 or $100 on the table. You will run right back in there and get it, and you should do the same thing with these damn student loans in these schools with these sorry degrees that you cannot use. Okay, so send me a message, and I will send you the list with the pages. Because when I went on that Navient AG settlement and I went to question 6, it's now taking you to the Biden page. They are not. That is not a mistake. Okay. All right. It says veterans can get their education benefits restored for those schools. Are you asking or are you telling Ms. Boss? Please let me know, because I definitely need to make a video on that. And that's actually very good news if that is something that veterans could do. So please let me know. And if not, Ms. Boss, send that to me in email, because I did not read that yet. But thank you for that information. All right, so y'all ask any questions that you may have, and then I'm gonna run through my list. And thank you, Shamika. That's right. Hit the like button, share with all your family and friends. Okay. So let me run down the list. All right. So again, y'all need to make sure y'all do y'all 211 in your area, because it's October. Okay. And October is probably one of my favorite months. And why? Because that's when the government gets all kind of money. Y'all county, city, and local governments, they have money. They've been sitting on it. And a lot of them, they can't use it until now. So if you need rental assistance, you need assistance with getting your house fixed, getting paint, the stuff y'all think your government should be doing for you, but you most of the time don't use it. This is the time you would call them, because they got the money. Okay. Habitat houses. This is when you call to apply for those programs, because they got the money. All right. So you can find these things out at 211. That's usually the easiest to get your answer. All right. If you're in Florida and you have not contacted FEMA for any help, I do hope you guys did take out your loan. Okay. And I want y'all to let y'all know in these other states, because we're going through it now, because we get storms quite often. But I want you guys to think about something. Here in Florida, we usually get FEMA assistance, but what has changed this time is certain counties, even though we got damage, cannot get FEMA assistance. We have to apply for a loan. And I don't think that's fair at all, because if there's damage and it was a disaster by God, or not nothing that we had anything to do with, the government should pay for our stuff just like they do for somebody else in the next county. Okay. But that is not happening. And I do want y'all to pay attention to that, because I strongly feel, and I know people may not agree, but I usually be right. Okay. That this is how it's going to start to be. We are slowly but surely going to be indebted to the government in every little way that they can. So when they have these relief programs, y'all need to jump on it, because someone having to pay for hurricane damage, that's not relief. But the school discharge is. Okay, so it's a trade-up. So y'all need to make sure you jump on these things, because you may find that other things that you used to think were normal, like we did with FEMA, that's going to change. So I'm making sure I jump on everything, and you guys should too. If you got FP&L or you have Duke Energy, that means if you live in Georgia or Florida, y'all need to be calling. And even if you live in your other these other states, a lot of these electric companies, remember, it's it's October, so it's money time. They will go and come out and weatherize your house for free. They will go out and do a lot of these things for free to lower your bills. So if you keep having these high behind electric bills, unless you have an issue of living in an unregulated, area with your electric company, you should be calling these people to see if they will come out and take a look at your, look at your place. Do you need some more what you call that, installation? You might. Okay, so some of these, like I said, a lot of them are doing it for free. So if you got FP&L or Duke Energy, they're coming out for free. But if you live in another place, call your electric company and find out. It cannot hurt. Let me see. We already talked about the credit reports. Hold on. Let me see what y'all saying. My email is all you gotta do is hit the link in the doggone in the bio. But my email is shamikasaves@gmail.com. You can send me an email there, but the link is in the bio. But y'all definitely can, because it's easy for me to just email y'all and send y'all stuff. Hey Dwight, missed you. Yolanda says, could you put your email in the chat? Yes, ma'am, I sure can. So it's Shamika Saves. Y'all know I don't have no problem sending y'all stuff. Why? Because people don't read. All right. Unfortunately, they do not. I don't know what y'all did with y'all SBA stuff, but I hope y'all went to pay.gov and have signed up to make sure that you are already checked in to see when your payments are due. A lot of y'all are not doing that. Y'all don't want to got that SBA money, but now y'all don't want to pay the piper. Okay. Now, a lot of people sent me an article this weekend where it states that SBA has nearly forgiven almost every PPP loan request despite the amount of fraud that has happened. And I want to let y'all know something. They are not stupid. And when I say they, I'm talking about the government. They will forgive a fraudulent PPP loan. Why? Because if they don't, they are accruing interest and they have to pay the bank. So it would be smarter for me to just pay off my debts so I don't have to worry about nobody on my back while I'm doing my investigation. Hey, Elizabeth. So I want people to know, and I say this, and I promise y'all gonna see. I read these indictments. Just because a loan is forgiven does not mean it is forgotten. So if an individual had done something fraudulent to get a PPP loan and they did not amend their taxes, and I'm saying that because today is October 17th, which is the last day to do your taxes for this year and for the last 3 years. Okay, so it's dead now. So if your loan comes out and is found to be fraudulent, guess what happens? That nullifies the forgiveness with the bank. And all now you do is now you're going to owe the SBA, the government. That's why you're not getting in. That's why the indictments don't say FY, this person against Capital One or Wells Fargo. It's against the United States government, because that's now who you will owe. So please stop thinking because you see that these loans are being forgiven that they are forgotten, because they are not. They are just covering their tracks, handling the people they got to pay. They made their agreements to, so that they can move on to now focusing on getting folks. Okay. I had at least 5 people send that to me, and I appreciate y'all sending me articles and texting me stuff, but baby, that don't mean nothing at all. Don't believe the hype. Let's see. Hey, Genteria, how you doing? Okay. It says, thank you. I don't think my loan qualified, and I'm still going to try. I would do it too. I would not tell anybody not to do that. $10,000 to $20,000. It is no different than spending $1 on a damn scratch off. You got a 50-50 chance. So if you don't qualify, you just don't. If they need more information and you can't prove it, then okay, you're stuck. But if you happen to just roll the dice and you get that money on your loans, boom, you were that one. Okay. It says, do you think I have to pay my 2018, 2019 taxes if I am on Social Security disabled? Yeah. Just so y'all know, it doesn't matter. The IRS don't care about if you owe and you're on disability. Now, I say they don't care because it is not their job to tell you, hey, we found out you on disability, so you don't got to worry about paying us. That is not their job. If you owe taxes and you are on disability, you, Miss Kelly's Webb, you need to, and you can reach out to me, I will assist you, but you need to fill out the application for a hardship. And the IRS does have programs where if they see that you are poor, indigent, okay, you're struggling a little piece, they will let you owe them until you are able to pay. And how will they know? Because they will see your taxes every year. Okay, so yes, ma'am, they do have it, but they are not going to come to you and tell you to apply for it. So if you owe from 2018, 2019, I would strongly suggest you go ahead on and do that application because your debt is accruing interest right now. Okay. Hey, Jacobra. All right. It says just joining. What is this for student loans? I talk about everything here. We can talk about student loans. We talk about credit. We can talk about business credit. We can talk about bankruptcies, divorce. I mean, we could just go down the line. So it's whatever you want. It says, hold on, some of y'all messages coming. Okay, all right. It says 1 year I filed Lyft, Uber, only 1 year with IRS. Now I got to file for 3 with no receipts. What do you mean you have to file for 3 with no receipts? I'm not understanding. And I did say this, and I say this in all my lives, and I mean it, y'all. If y'all don't go out and get you a dang on business, y'all gonna be looking crazy if y'all not paying taxes like y'all should out y'all checks. Okay, now I know the W-2 the W-4 got people confused because Trump done changed the form. So a lot of people don't necessarily understand it, but it actually is supposed to help you if you understand taxes. But the majority of people don't understand taxes, so you don't know how to fill it out right. So if you are not paying enough taxes and you think you're going to owe, you got a little time to do something about it. And that means you need to get you a business because I know most of y'all do something on the side. Okay. And y'all going to need to have some of these expenses so that y'all can have some write-offs so that you don't have to pay as much as you owe. And I'm going to give an example. Somebody called me today and said, girl, my 2019 taxes, I owed $20,000 because I made over $100,000 as a traveling nurse and I decided to go exempt. Bad move. I don't know who told them to do that, but a lot of people do that. And then they end up being like her. Now you owe since 2019. Let's add interest on that. It's probably at 21,000 by now. Okay. So you made the money, but you didn't prepare for the taxes. So I'm giving y'all some information now. This is one way to get you a business so that if you do owe, if you do something on the side, now you have something to write off against. I don't care if you are an Uber or a Lyft driver. That is a business. Yes, you work for Uber or Lyft, but you are an independent contractor. And your business can be an independent contractor of Uber or Lyft. Okay? Stop putting everything under your social and put it under EIN, y'all. Okay, that's why you can't build no business credit. Your business not showing it's making no damn money. Why? Because, well, somebody probably didn't tell you, but now you know. Okay, I don't say, even as a notary, if I'm talking to any notaries on here, they should not be hiring you, the person. They should be hiring your business. Your W-9s, if you fill out a W-9, and that's for anybody, your W-9, when they ask for that SSN or TIN, I hope to see your EIN on that line, nothing else. Okay, that is what should be on there, not your social. They need to pay your business, not you. Hey, Chantel, how you doing? All right, let's keep going. Bankruptcy lowers your credit, don't it? No, bankruptcy does not lower your credit. Bam, bam. Let me tell y'all something. Bankruptcy does the opposite, regardless of what people say. I'm a bankruptcy petition preparer, and I also work with individuals who fix their credit. So I can tell you firsthand, bankruptcy lowers your credit only when you first file it. But it only lowers your credit only if your credit is high. There are some people that go into bankruptcy with good scores, and then of course it will drop. But if you go into a bankruptcy with a 400, it ain't too much further your score can go. Okay, so if you go into a bankruptcy, the average person I go into a bankruptcy with, they got a low 6 or 5 something. Their score may drop 70 points, but bankruptcy is credit magic. And if y'all watch my YouTube video, I explain to you exactly in detail exactly what's going to happen from when you file until when the bankruptcy process is over. It is credit magic. A lot of people say don't use it. to repair your credit, and it's not to necessarily repair your credit. It just repairs your credit in the process. But bankruptcy is a tool to help some of y'all get out of debt from bad decisions from when you weren't given the tools to prepare for it. So to me, bankruptcy is a life raft. I don't care what anybody else says. A lot of them don't look like us, or like, y'all know, some of us black and brown people, our household bringing up when it came to money was not nothing about no credit. Okay, at all. You better bring mama or grandma they change when you come back from that store. And that's all the math we needed to know, is that it ain't your money. Give it back to the person who gave it to you. And y'all know I ain't lying. We ain't learned about credit until we got out on our own and tried to get an apartment or a car. And then we realized, oh, damn, I ain't know nothing about it. So bankruptcy is a life raft for some of y'all. So don't be too proud or listening to people who broke telling you that it's bad, because it's actually a great thing, and it can do great things for your credit. But if you finna go get a job working for the White House, or you finna be a branch manager at a bank, there would be different options to discuss, because that may not be a good choice for you. But there's not a lot of VPs on here, okay? They're not. So for some of the average, regular people who need a fresh start and need to start over, y'all might want to consider it. And let me tell you, fellas, if there are any watching, I do have men that call, and a lot of them need it more than y'all women, because they really don't know nothing about no money, okay? And some of y'all know, y'all got these boyfriends, they be dumb as a rock when it come to bank, when it come to credit, and they don't even know. They know when them Jordans come out, but they don't know nothing else. So men are getting into it too. And I want y'all to know that it is going to be high numbers of individuals filing bankruptcy during this season. Why? Because people aren't working, rent's going up. So now you got to choose between paying your Victoria's Secret card or this new $200 increase that I wasn't planning for, because the people didn't tell me. So if you fall behind, it's okay. A lot of people fall behind. What we want to do is we want to be able to keep our stuff and not get evicted. You know how many of y'all could stop y'all evictions if you just put it in a bankruptcy? Did y'all hear what I just said? Mm-hmm. How many of y'all could stop y'all car from getting repoed if y'all just went and filed bankruptcy? It gives you some time. You don't have to talk to me. You can talk to an attorney if you want to. You can look a lot of this stuff up on your own. But bankruptcy is a life raft if you know how to use it. Okay, y'all heard what I said. If you know how to use it, that's where I come in at. Okay, Keisha Green. Okay, Keisha, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, thank you. You know, if you know how to use it, I'm telling you, it's your best friend. And that's why they let you do it over and over. And that's why so many wealthy people do it. And the wealthy people, I'm sure ain't complaining about being broke. I ain't never heard no rich person go, ooh, I can't wait till my food stamps drop. They ain't saying that. You know why? Because the bankruptcy saved the food in the freezer. That's why. It kept them from getting the lights turned off. So some of y'all need to use that same life raft. Y'all's might be a little smaller, but it don't matter. As long as it saves you, that's the point. Okay? All right, let me see. It says the benefits used with schools that closed or sued can be given back to the veterans, be reused. Okay, thank you, Ms. Boss. I'm definitely going to get some information on that. It says I'm a veteran, have my education benefits given back to reuse. That's so good. Congratulations. You know, I might need to go on it because my school on the list too. Okay. So you see what I'm saying? Now look, I don't even need no more degrees, but please don't think I won't use it, because I sure will. Why? Because it's my money. It's my benefit. Okay, let me see what Dwight said. Dwight said, I miss you too. October is my favorite month. That's right. It's also domestic violence month. And let me say this. Y'all fellas and women's, since we on a take a little sidebar, we need to take this domestic violence month seriously, okay? I'm just going to say, and I ain't gonna say now because later it's gonna be in a YouTube, and I ain't gonna do it now. All I'm gonna say is, if you hit the right person and they're smart enough to know how to use the benefits that comes with being a victim, I think you would probably think twice about hitting folks. So if you know you are in a volatile relationship, one, leave, okay? But if you cannot at this moment, please find out your rights what your state gives you, because you might, I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna save that one. But I'm gonna say, check out your rights so that you know what you can and cannot do. Okay. I bet you some of y'all didn't even know if you're a domestic violence victim in Florida, you can fill out an application to hide your public records. Certain information about you can be redacted. So when people try to get information about you, they can't see it. Now, how many of y'all don't call the police and didn't even know that? Okay. It's actual, if you're a veteran and you're in Florida, Keisha Green, you can fill out the application for the state to have your information. You could be a veteran, or if you have a reserve card, okay. Yeah, I believe it's if you have a reserve, you're a reservist too. You can put in to have your public record information redacted. So y'all need to be looking in y'all states, because a lot of stuff like this y'all not taking advantage of. And the reason you want to cover your stuff is because people are getting your information and they're doxing you. They either sending people after you, they pranking you, they getting information, they're pretending to be you. And I'm going to tell you why, and then I'm going to see what y'all questions are, because I didn't even see what time it is. Okay, 7:43. All right, so I'm going to tell y'all the top 3 frauds I done been seeing. And all of these, y'all have control over. But because we so trusting as people, we probably don't even pay attention. All right, so although I'm telling y'all that y'all can do this Biden loan forgiveness, and there are other student loan programs out there, please do not allow somebody to send you a text or an email telling you that you have to apply, because you don't have to apply with them, okay? Anything that the government makes will always say department, will have something about the government on the form and or the email. A lot of y'all send me emails before y'all even apply for stuff because y'all not sure. I appreciate that, because some people do need to double check, especially if you haven't worked for the government. But if it don't end in a .gov, .edu, or a .org, and sometimes the ORGs ain't real either. You might want to check, all right? Because people are getting got by thinking they're talking to the IRS, or thinking they're talking to somebody dealing with student loan. Another thing, and this is going to be on my YouTube, but I ain't going to go too deep into it, but I want y'all to know that for $1.05, I can be y'all and steal y'all address and have your mail come to me. Did y'all hear me say I could do that for $1.05? Yes, you can. People don't put stuff on in process, and if you know anything about coding and computers and stuff, once you program a system to do something, it's going to do just that. And so whether the person on the computer is the real person or the fake person, the computer is going to do what it's supposed to. Good night, Desiree. So I want y'all to know that you need to be mindful if you receive stuff in the mail telling you that you changed your address. Because if you did not change your address, but you got something in the mail saying you did, somebody might be trying to get you. That is a very big up and coming thing. And it only costs $1.05 to do it. And if y'all know, you can go right to CVS or Walgreens and get a green dot card and load it with money. So it doesn't even have to trace back to nobody. You can go and get a Visa Vanilla card out of the Wawa. It don't trace back to nobody. Yes, I'm trying to tell you, Yolanda. Yes, ma'am. They will show enough take your information. Just like, and if you don't respond within that time, the post office has to. The system, the program system says, oh, they didn't reply, then it must be real. Now your mail going to somebody else's house. And you didn't even do nothing. Okay, so we can't be victims. And then my last one, and baby, this one is a good one. I'm telling you, criminals never seem to disappoint. When you're greedy and hungry or lazy and don't want to get no damn job, you become inventive like a mug. Now, I'm going to tell you, because I do this as well. If you pay your payments through a drop slot, your water bill, your electric bill, your rent, a lot of y'all live in apartment complexes, y'all better make sure you stick your little baby hand in that thing to push that thing. I mean, all of it. Get you another sheet of paper and stick it down in there. So let me tell you what these people doing. They done went and got the mouse trap, y'all. Y'all know not the mouse trap that do this, but the sticky one. Y'all know that sticky mouse trap. Especially if you grew up in the hood, it be all kind of food on there. It be ants. It be hair. It be everything. Now they turn around and take that same glue trap, stick a string on it, and stick it down in the drop slot. And they stick your check or your money order to it. That envelope that you paid your bill, it sticks to the paper, and they just slide it on out. Now you saying, well, it don't matter because I wrote my information and it's going to be paid to so-and-so. But y'all ain't never heard of check washing, because check washing is very easy. And all you got to do, y'all know I want to tell y'all all the info, but all I'm going to say is it's a very common household chemical or item that y'all keep probably in your bathroom under your sink. I'm going to let y'all guess what it is, okay? You can gargle with it. It will make them teeth white. You can sometimes stick it in your ear when you have an ear infection, okay? Now, I done gave y'all enough clues, but you can use that on a Q-tip and rub until it lifts the ink off the damn check, y'all. And once it dry, they just right on over it. So please believe that people will steal your money, okay? And if it's a money order, the chances of you getting that back is If it's a check, the chances of that, you got to wait on the bank. You don't know. Thank you, Ashley. That's the answer. That's exactly what it is. Thank you. That's exactly what it is. It says, I applied for CADH 6 months. I'm in North Carolina. Well, I hope you get it. You let me know. I'm basically talking about anything with credit reports. You got a question, I'm gonna tell you about it, but please watch what happens with your loans in your credit report once your loans get paid off. You say I might get help with painting the house. Yes, ma'am. They got a program called SHIP, SHIP. You can call 211 and ask them for the SHIP office, SHIP, like a ship sailing in the water. That pays to get things fixed in your house. VA Ed benefits restoration is not advertised, but it is there and easy to do. Well, thank you, Miss Boss. See, people, they love they're not going to educate this stuff. They're not going to educate y'all on these things. They don't want you to know, because if they know, and y'all know, y'all going to use it. Absolutely, you can file bankruptcy if you think you qualify. You have a 780 credit score, make $127 a year. I took out 2 loans, $50,000 a piece. It's possible. And how do you repair your credit after bankruptcy? You don't even have to repair it. It repairs itself. Trump filed bankruptcy 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 5 times. Okay? 5. I can keep naming a lot of people that filed bankruptcy. And baby, I say when you file bankruptcy, you are now one of the rich. You are now one of the elite because you were smart enough to use a government benefit that is here for you. Nobody don't got to tell y'all food stamps are good. Nobody doesn't have to tell you Medicare or Medicaid is good. Why wouldn't bankruptcy be good too? It's the same people that made all the other shit. It's the same folks, okay? You can't trust your uncle for half the stuff. You got to trust him for all or none, okay? He's my uncle. I don't know about y'all, okay? All right, let me see. It says, make sure I hear it fall. Okay, I'm telling you. Let me see what else y'all saying. And let me see what did y'all guess it? I think you said too much. I know I got to be quiet at the post office. I ain't see nobody guess what it was. Over here on Facebook, they did get it right. Let me see what y'all saying. USPS employee stole my money. Let me tell you, I did a video on the post office people because, baby, the post office employees got the best end of anybody there. They got the key. Just think of how vulnerable we are to people who work at the post office. And they don't even always hire all government employees. They hire contractors, okay? So they leave it up to somebody else to screen these employees before they bring them in because the government too damn cheap to pay for them on their own. Why? Because the post office gets paid out of a different pot of money, not like the rest of the government. If y'all didn't know that, y'all know that now. That is why they have 0 employees when y'all go in there because they barely want to pay them anything. And they just have less to pay them from. So, yes, we're too vulnerable to them, and they can steal stuff. They have, and I did a story, and it's on my YouTube. It's a group of 9 people that just got indicted. And what the post office employees were doing was when you get a card in the mail, it's very easy to fill your mail, to fill it and know it's a card in there. What were they doing? As soon as they felt a card, they took it out of rotation and put it away. And then they took those cards to their friends. And guess what they did, y'all? They activated your cards with your information that they found online. Okay, your information. Half of y'all put when y'all birthdays is. That is so they know. Because y'all be saying, it's that 35th chapter for me. Happy 41st. We know how old you are. So they can verify or validate this information to activate other people's cards, and they don't even know these folks. They looked them up on the damn online. That's why y'all need to suppress y'all information. I talk about that on my YouTube page too, because I talk about the stuff people not talking about. Nobody ain't talk about how these people getting caught up, but there's things that we can do ahead of time, but nobody's telling you what you can do to prevent it. And then you know what these people did when they went and activated those cards? They worked with another group of people to buy a whole lot of Gucci, Louis, and Chanel. And then you know what they did? When it resold it online for y'all to buy it. And they got 100% profit. Smart. And then guess what? Y'all are not responsible for it. Why? Because it's a credit card. So it's a very smart crime that they did. But y'all are giving out too much of y'all information. That's why I say about doxing, or when I was saying about you being a veteran or a domestic violence victim, so that y'all can know that y'all have the right to block stuff. They give you certain rights that other people may not have. There is always, this is how I look at everything. What is in it for me? Okay, and then I bring that information back to y'all. So everything bad doesn't always mean it's bad. Something could be good in it for you. Okay, so unfortunately, if I got any domestic violence victims, I'm sorry, but please go and handle your business. Sexual assault victims too, go handle your business. Go and get your information blocked. There's people out there stalking folks, and you know how they do it? Because they watching your page. They watching your page. So, okay. All right, let me see what else y'all saying, because I know it's almost 8. I'm new to you. I'm about to binge watch. Oh, thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate that. I appreciate it so very much. I do be trying to give info. If you got any questions, send them to me. Okay. All right. Let's see. How do I get it blocked? It depends on what you're trying to get blocked. It's a lot of places to get blocked. Google is letting you block your information. You could block your stuff with LexisNexis. You could block your stuff with the credit bureaus. You could lock your stuff with rent bureaus. Man, if I could tell y'all all the places, it's too many to list. It's too many to list. It really is. Okay, I done stopped these people from sending me stuff a long time ago. Stop sending me all this junk mail. You can block yourself on the marketing association list. You can put yourself in a do not call list. I mean, it's a damn shame we got to do all this to tell people to leave us the hell alone, and they still don't. But you can get rid of some of them, okay? Thank you, Miss Blackadee. She said, I'm going to set a consultation for you. I'm going to need to borrow you for a day. I know that's right. Thank you. You sure can. You sure can. Absolutely. I'm going to help you get it together. What are the qualifications to file bankruptcy? 1, it needs to be your choice. 2, you got to have a minimum of $10,000 in debt. And that does not include any criminal fines. It does not always include student loans. Some people can if they're under certain circumstances, but not generally not student loans. And really, that's it. That's usually why I like to look at y'all credit, to talk about your credit so that you can see what options you have. Then from your options, you will choose if you want to do bankruptcy. And then if you choose to want to do bankruptcy and do not feel like paying these attorneys all this money, because not everybody needs an attorney, especially right now, y'all. And I'm going to say this because it's almost 8. Bankruptcy is taking place on the phone. Did y'all hear me? Y'all can do this. Yeah, I can't pay it. That's it. And your debt is gone. You used to have to go to court, but COVID came and now ain't been no court for over 2 damn years. So if you ain't trying to get out of debt and all you got to do is go, yeah, I can't pay it, something is wrong. Now, I know I make it comical because I want y'all to know it's not as big of a deal as some people may think. Did I say Trump filed bankruptcy 5 times? He sure did. He didn't have no problem the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, or the 5th. And you shouldn't have a problem with your 1st. Okay? So if I'm talking to somebody, y'all need to go on and let your Lord use me and listen to him. Okay? Because you might need to hear this. Debt not including child support or student loan. Okay, if it's not including debt, if it's not including child support or student loans or any criminal fines, then you are fine. Okay, I find a lot of people under 30 years old wiping out over $100,000 in debt. I don't know how y'all got into that much. I don't, and I don't even care. But you did. You got a couple repos. You done co-signed for somebody and they didn't pay. You got medical bills. You know, shit happens. But you don't have to stay there hiding from your phone every time it rings because you think it's a bill collector. I'd be like, hello. I said I can't pay it. and they don't call no more. Okay, bankrupt. My uncle got me. Uncle said bankruptcy told me to tell them to leave me alone, and they know when you say bankruptcy, they don't call you no more because they don't want to be sued. Tell me where I'm lying, and I will look it up and show you that I'm not. Okay, it says if you file bankruptcy, do you have to turn in your vehicle? Not all the time. Now, if you are making $30,000 a year and you're driving a Corvette, you might need to turn your Corvette in. The purpose of the trustee's job is to make sure that you are in a better position leaving the bankruptcy than you did coming in. So if you got a car that's too damn expensive, you need to turn it in. And he shouldn't have had to tell you. You should know that. But I have not seen not one. I take that back. I haven't all that I've done. I've only seen one couple turn in a car because they had four, and they gave them the option to choose which one they wanted. And you know what this couple did? We talked about it, and they said, we're gonna be smart. We in bankruptcy, so we can't get a repo. Did y'all hear me? When you're in bankruptcy, you can turn in a car, it won't be a repo. Why? Because you covered under the bankruptcy. So they said, I'm gonna get rid of the most expensive car because we bought it when our credit was bad. They turned it in. Soon as the bankruptcy was over, it was only 6 months. They went and got a car twice the amount, same pay. I mean, they got a better car, and they got it at a better interest rate. It was newer, and they paid less than what they were paying for the other car. So they were very smart. They were strategic. They weren't going to turn in a raggedy car because they knew, hey, we need to own something. But I don't mind going out and turning this expensive one in because me paying 12% interest is stupid when now my credit is good and now I can go pay 4%. Okay? So life raft. Remember, it's a life raft. This is you be smart on how you use this. Okay, see, Jennifer said bankruptcy was the best. It was the best for me. I tell everybody, baby, I am part of the rich folk. I am part of the elite, honey. We have filed the BK. Okay? We are in the federal court system, baby. We filed bankruptcy, and there's no shame about it. For what? For what? Me filing bankruptcy ain't no different than you saying you took out a student loan. Baby, we both used our uncle for his money. I ain't sad about that. So I'm glad you said that. Thank you, Jennifer, for admitting that. It a lot of people, if you do it and prepare and you go into it right, you can prepare for it and it be the best decision. Or you can be stupid and let somebody tell you what to do and not know nothing and get taken for granted. That's why some people have a bad experience because they didn't know what they was doing. I have people coming to me now that watch me from live that say, girl, I still got stuff on my credit from when I filed bankruptcy 7 years ago. Creditors will leave stuff on your credit report. If you don't pay attention, they will get you. Okay? So, yes, you can get got with a bankruptcy. It says you file bankruptcy. No, you don't. Okay. Is there a fee to help for non-working people with debt? Are you asking me, do I charge? If you want to do a credit review, it's $20. If you want to do a consultation, it's $45. I mean, to me, that is my fee for people who got, an issue with paying for stuff. Okay. I try to keep it low. But you got to pay something because if you don't pay, you're not invested and you wasting my time. Okay. Right, Jennifer. It is easy, but they do need to understand. Yep. It's just a process. Exactly. It is. All right. Like Trump, it says that Jennifer, legal aid told me I didn't make the small percentage of people that needed it most. And see, that's crazy. Somebody would tell you that you don't meet the small percentage of people. There is no, all you need is a $10,000 minimum to be in debt. And they probably didn't want to do it because it's a process, like she said. And a lot of folks do not know how to fill out them damn forms. They are very intimidating. Y'all know what government forms, they intimidate. Look at the FAFSA. Shit, people be scared to do that. And y'all asking for money to go to school. Okay? So if you got questions about it, we absolutely can talk about it. I don't usually call them bankruptcy consultations. We are doing credit consultations so we can look at your credit to even see if it's something you think you should be doing. It may not be something for you. You may say, girl, that's all I got is $4,000. I can pay that. A lot of people will say that. Okay? Oh, Princess, thank you. No, not for no president, y'all. That's too much scrutiny for me. Okay, I like to have too much fun. And they ain't finna come after me with my skeletons, okay? Because my skeletons, we're going to be partying together, all of us, okay? All right. Laquita, you are welcome for this information. You are welcome. Can you do Yes, you can. She asked. Darla said, can you do bankruptcy for your tax debts? Yes, you can. All it has to do is be 2 years old. Okay. That person that I was talking about earlier that had that $20,000, $19,000, and now it's probably 21,000. I let her know, hey, I don't know what you plan on doing to pay for it, but I just want to let you know that as long as your debt is 2 years old or older, the IRS, you can throw them into your bankruptcy. Yeah, what did I say? Hello? I can't pay it. That's it. Boom. Do you do nonprofit application? Yes, I do. If you need that nonprofit application done, it's $600 just to apply. That's the fee with the IRS. But if I do it, you're gonna have to get your bylaws done, which means I got to create your bylaws, and do the application for you. So altogether, it's probably gonna be about $1,100. Okay, so if you want to do a nonprofit, it is not a quick 1-2 unless you're going to do the cheap nonprofit, and that's $275, and then you don't need nothing you don't need a bylaws. I wouldn't recommend that one. But if you want to, just because you need to have a nonprofit for the tax exempt purposes, but you don't need it for nothing else, then do the cheap nonprofit. I didn't tell y'all that. Okay. That's why y'all need to watch my page, because I'll be dropping these little gems. Y'all got to listen to what I'm saying. Hey, Chantel. All right. It's 8 o'clock. Let me see what y'all saying before I go. All right. Nobody else said. Did I miss anything? Yes, you can do. Okay, nope. And there's no such thing as make too much for bankruptcy at all. You can make too much for a chapter 7 and got to go to another program, but there is no such thing as you making too much for a bankruptcy. The devil is a lie. Did not say Trump five times. You ain't that rich. At least not nobody that's watching this page yet. Okay. Yes, you can. They just didn't want to do it for the free legal aid. But come holler at me. I charge $187 legally. That's all I can charge. And so I make sure I say that out loud, because they swear the amount of people that I bring in, they think somebody trying to do something wrong, and it's not. I do all ages. I don't care of your race. Being out of debt is a person problem. Okay, we ain't got time to be in debt, and it hurts when you stressed worrying about how you're gonna make them bills. I've been there. Okay, and ain't nobody got time for that. All right, it says your credit is good, but you ain't got no job. Remember, I said people can go into bankruptcy with great credit. It doesn't mean anything. Darla, thank you. I love you too. What's the difference between a 7 and 13? Really, the difference is most people who have a 7 have no assets, meaning you don't have a house, you don't have several cars. People who file Chapter 13 usually own homes, cars, and their income probably is a certain amount that's higher that would require them to be over the amount for a 7. So the difference really is a 7, you going, I can't pay y'all. A 13 is, I can't pay y'all, but I need to work out a deal. Okay, that's the difference. 7, you wiping it off. A 13, you're not wiping it off, but you are going to repay a portion of the debt that you owe, if not all. It really depends on the creditor. Now, if it's the IRS, they might give you a little discount. If it's Social Security, they probably ain't giving you nothing. You gonna pay them, okay? If you owe them $120, they want $125. All right. If it's Sears or Macy's or Home Depot, Victoria's Secret, they'll settle for less. You don't get to do the settlement. That is done through the courts. Okay, and then you make a payment every month to the court, and the court pays your bills. But let me tell you what's great about a Chapter 13, though. Because remember, we always find the light at the end of the tunnel. There is no such thing as a late payment. So if you happen to be late paying the court and they pay your bills late, it doesn't show up on your credit late. So that's the only time you can be late and get away with it and it not show up. Okay. Thank you, Princess Russell. I'll talk to you soon too. Thank you very much for stopping in. Dwight says you are cooking good tonight. Keep it up, love. You the best. Thank you. I know it's almost 8. I know it is 8. Y'all give me a second. Michelle says, this year will be my first year paying taxes for my business. I just started. How should I gather my receipts for the things I bought from my business? If you need to gather your receipts for your business, you need to go through your checking account. It's called reconciliation. All that means, or I would strongly suggest you just use mint.com, MINT, mint.com. Go there and link your bank accounts to the app. And when you do that, then you could just search on the app for your transactions. If you know you like to go to Home Depot, you could type in Home Depot and it'll bring up every Home Depot. If you like the Chick-fil-A, you can just type Chick-fil-A. It'll bring up every transaction. So do that, and that's how you can reconcile, so that way you can look at what you use and turn that in, add them up, and bring the list to your tax preparer. Please don't come in there with pages and pages and pages of stuff and receipts and receipts. Have that stuff added up, because we don't have time to do that for you. Okay? So Michelle, if you need anything else, hit me up, but that's a good way to start. KG, thank you, Keisha. Holler at me if you need me. All right, Black and E says, does it stay on your background for credit for filing bankruptcy from Chapter 7 to Chapter 13? Yes, it goes on your credit, but there are things that you can do so that it makes it easier to remove. Bankruptcies can be removed. I tell people, and this is no lie, I removed my own in 3 months, in 90 days, but I put in a lot of elbow grease, okay? Some of y'all are not going to do that. So if y'all are not going to do that, you need to give yourself anywhere from a month to 12 to get it off. But it can absolutely come off your credit. But the more you do in preparation for it in advance, makes it easier for it to come off when you dispute. All right. So please don't let nobody tell you they can't come off, because it absolutely can. It is just information. All right. SBA loans, if you owe them, you need to pay them. If you're in Florida, you can apply only if you were affected by the storm. Okay. Email me if y'all need the list to the schools. Email if y'all need the list for the pre-qualification for those credit cards. If y'all want to apply to see if you get approved without pulling your credit. These are just pre-qualification links, y'all. And if y'all want to do, if y'all need help with the borrower's defense application, if you need, golly, y'all know I do so many things. If y'all need a consultation about whatever, just hit me up. I talk about a lot of stuff because I know a lot of stuff, because I do a lot of stuff. That's what my business is called, Diversified Services, because there is no one thing that I do. I do a lot, but one thing I do the best is grow with you. So we start at one thing, but we're going to finish all the way over here. And that's what you want somebody to do. Okay. So if you are interested in working with me, holler at me. If not, please go and subscribe to my YouTube. Please subscribe to my TikTok, or all of them if you choose, and watch some videos and get some of that game, and then come talk to me. Because no matter what, I'm going to make you have a question, and I'll be talking to y'all soon anyway. Okay. It says, what happens when you are in a 13 and you have 6 months left and they say they are dismissing your case? They cannot dismiss your case for no reason. So, I mean, I can get what you saying and pull your case up, but if they dismissing your case, it's because you did not do something. You did not pay or something or some reason, okay? And I do want to let y'all know this, and this happened for me, and then I'm going to let y'all go. If you happen to file a bankruptcy and you're in a 13, this is something that a lot of people do not know. You can get your bankruptcy discharged if there's a illness, for example, and you're no longer going to be able to make your payments. You can ask the courts to release you. They don't like to, but you can. And the other thing that you could do is you can ask for a payoff amount. This is only for people who file a 13. That's the people who go, I can't pay, but we need to work out a deal. That is them. Okay. If that is you, you can call the courts and ask them for the payoff amount. They will tell you the amount you need to pay to get out of your bankruptcy. That is exactly what I did. I made a cash lump sum payment and paid my bankruptcy. And it was 3 years and 3 months early. Okay. 3 years and 3 months early. Y'all heard what I'm saying? When I tell y'all about planning and having a strategy, it is very smart that y'all do that. Shamika Saves is my YouTube. All of my social media is the exact same name. You can find me. I don't hide. I ain't going anywhere. This is the same. I have the same energy all the time. Okay. Thank you, Black and East. So I'm letting y'all know there's a way for everything. Okay. I needed my bankruptcy for my life raft, but I didn't want it for 5 years. I needed to borrow it for 2 years and 9 months. And that's exactly what I did. And I got myself in a better situation. And you guys can do the same thing. Ain't no shame. We're part of the elites. All right. And if you got credit questions or whatever, hit me up for all that. I will talk to y'all soon. Be blessed. See y'all next Monday. And if not, I'll see y'all on my YouTube page. Darnell, it's okay. You can hit the rewind button and rewatch and or go watch my videos. Talk to y'all later. Bye. See you later. Thank you, Jacobra.